Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Pulse Podcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We've got a packed house once again. We got Eric Hall, Zach Dillon, and of course on the ones and twos, Greg Kinn keeping us live, our producer extraordinaire. I'm your host, Nate Mullins. Thanks for tuning in here on the Pulse. And tonight we have a little bit of a unique episode here. As last week we talked about it at the end of the episode, where we were like, hey, let's do something different this week. Let's get some burgers involved. And as you can see here, we have a nice spread. Now, we did a Twitter poll between the last episode and now. It closed yesterday, asking what you wanted to be the fifth option. And by a by a wide margin, you chose Double Barrel. So that's where we got the fifth burger from. But we have 5 burgers: Madison's, Clover Club, the Viaduct, Benchwarmers, and Double Barrel Bar and Grill are all represented here. The best of Tiffin burgers, according to you and TripAdvisor. When I searched best burgers in Tiffin, these were the top options that came up. So, and luckily there were no fast food options. So Tiffin, you must be doing something right. So, guys, I'm pretty excited about this one, and I think it's about time that we dig in here pretty soon because I don't want these things to get cold. I mean, we've been sitting here for, I don't know, but probably about 45 minutes since we got them. So I'd say it's there's no time to waste. What do you guys think? How should we do this? We've talked about this off the air a couple different ways. I think the best way to do it is each of you get a chance to guess where each burger is from. And what we'll do is you'll sample each burger. I'm not going to let you just take a bite of each burger. I'll cut off a bite for each of us. We'll cut each burger into 4 bites because there's 4 of us. And then we'll each get to sample the burgers. We'll try to guess where these burgers are from. You guys game?
I'm going to do significantly worse than I've done with the Little Debbie stuff.
This one's going to be a little harder.
So far, undefeated, never lost.
He's right.
I think I've had burgers. I've definitely had burger from Benchwarmers.
Okay.
Definitely had one from Clover Club.
All right.
I think I've had one at MST.
Mm-hmm.
I think you had one.
I think.
You think.
I don't eat out that much.
Well, that's a good. I mean, you got to keep your Wreck-It Ralph physique.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It looks like you could just literally burst out of any shirt you're wearing. Yeah, pretty much.
The incredible bulk.
The incredible bulk. I like it.
I like that more than Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, let's.
Wreck-It Ralph has always been like a little too on the nose.
It's like, that's not fair. We're not doing that.
It's always been like, all right.
Eric, is your mic on? I don't feel like I hear you.
What?
I don't feel like I hear Eric. Is your microphone on?
Oh, God, Eric.
Hold on. Try talking now. Let's see what happens now. No.
We just don't want you to be live, Eric. I think that's what it is. His is the one that's not green.
Now, are you turning a switch on and off out there on that?
Yeah, that one has no switch.
Okay, that's weird.
We're switchless.
Yeah, okay. It keeps acting like it's muted in here, but it's not.
We're watching some Monday Night Football.
Yes.
Broncos Chargers.
So, Eric, if your mic is muted, then why don't we... What's that? You're trying something?
I'll try talking.
Check 1.
There we go. There we go.
I think we'd have that
All
figured
right.
out.
So, I think the best option here is just to let each of you get your own try. Take a hack at it. See if you can guess where they're each from. And then is there anything else that you want to kind of... I don't want to grade these burgers because I have to walk around and I got to do business with all of these different people. We share a town with every one of these business owners. So
we could pick our favorite.
there you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And then out of the 5 burgers that we've listed, maybe you in the comments could chime in and let us know what your favorite burger is.
Tell us how wrong we are.
That's right. Absolutely. All right. So who wants to go first?
Are you going to cut them in quarters?
I'm cutting them in quarters, and we're just going to go dive in because I'm going to give each one of you a quarter from each burger.
Oh.
You're going to put your blindfold on, and you're going to try it one by one. So somebody's going to have to go first. That's what we're going to do.
I'm here for it. I'm hungry.
All right. It looks like we're all looking at you, Eric.
I'm hungry.
All right. So let's take a moment, take a time out, just a quick break here. I'm going to cut these burgers up, and then we'll come back and we'll get after it. All right. We'll be right back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, and we're back. We've got all the burgers quartered, and we are just about ready to dive in here. Once again, we've got 5 burgers here: MST, Benchwarmers, Clover Club, Viaduct, and Double Barrel Saloon, all represented here, right here on the Pulse Podcast. Eric is up first. He's going to sample each one of these burgers and try to figure out where they come from. So, Eric, up first. Go ahead and give this one a shot. What do you got here?
So am I just
you're not gonna tell me. You're gonna write them down.
Am I gonna write it down blindfold?
I think you should write them down after you're done. So you're gonna have to guess. Let me get out of the way here. 1 bite each.
What? You better save all the rest of my burgers, man.
All right. So there's 1 bite.
Can I write that down?
I think you should. Honestly, let's do that. We're trying to figure this out as we go here, but I think that's the best way to do it here.
Should we try to write down blindfolded?
I mean, we don't really have to use the blindfold. Everybody just keeps their eyes closed and is, truthful.
But you got to be honest.
That sounds fun.
You got to be honest. They keep stepping on my cord, so I'm just going to get down here.
All right.
All right. Are we good?
Number 2, please.
Number two. Here we go. Here is number 2. Ooh. Number two. All right. Take your guess. No.
What are the
peeking.
5 again?
What are the 5? You have Benchwarmers, MST. You have, let's see, Clover Club, the Viaduct, and Double Barrel Saloon. All right.
All right.
Next up, number 3. Okay. All right. You have control sample number 4. Number 4.
I covered my nose.
Number 4.
I think I know that one.
Okay. All right. And then number 5. Oh. There we go. Number 5. Okay. All righty. Now, I think it is Zach's turn to come in.
Okay, so he wrote down all 5.
He wrote down all 5 of his guesses.
Now go ahead and actually at the bottom
And
also
then-
mark which one is your favorite.
And mark down which one you think is your favorite, Eric.
so that way, before we even get the reveal, we've already
That's
got our
right.
favorites picked.
Here's your burgers. I wasn't going to steal them. I promise. All right, Zach, I guess you can come on in now. He's made his guesses. And now it's your turn, sir. Hand off the blindfold. And now, Eric, you can probably sit in the other chair if you want, man.
Browns logo in or out? Memoriam?
In memoriam. Yeah, let's just turn it inside.
You don't gotta tell me twice.
All right.
All right, hold on.
So,
I have to keep not looking at the screen because I don't want to give away which burgers. I don't want to know which ones you're handing out in what order or anything. So I'm like, don't look at the
Like a
screen. Don't look.
ninja. All right, I'm ready.
all righty. After I've fondled all of them multiple times.
Yuck.
All right. Number 1. Same order. Number 1. Right here, sir.
Scared me.
Scary. And spooky. Same order. Okay, 1 bite. Everybody knows the rules. Okay. Same order. Number 2. All right. Now, do you want to guess one at a time like Eric did? I'll let you have your piece of paper and your pen.
I would like to do that.
Okay, so
I'm
go ahead and guess 1 and 2.
I can't see if I'm not. All right, number 1 is probably.
Don't say what it is.
No guessing out loud. You got to guess in your head and on the paper.
Number 2 is probably. That. All right.
Okay. Number 3, same order.
I like how I say probably. I have no clue.
All right, number 3. And now number 4, same order. Oh, go ahead. I'll let you guess. I suppose.
How about that tastes like that?
It tastes like that.
No, I peeked up. All right.
I did not cough on your burger.
Please don't.
I'm going to check the replay on that.
Go ahead. It was more this way. His burger was over here.
Okay.
All right, that's number 4.
I think this actually works out.
All right. And then the final, number 5. Okay.
Those are some tasty burgers.
Yeah. Tiffin knows their burgers, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you that.
All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Greg coming out here?
It is Greg's turn now.
I'll go run the 1s and 2s.
All right. Greg,
I'm coming. I'm coming.
so these are all your burgers, sir.
Oh, yummy.
Indeed.
I have a little burger box.
A burger box. I make sure these are in the same order here.
Man, I got no clue.
You just total shot in the dark guesses. I have tried a burger from every one of these places except for one, so I think I should be able to get most of them right. Should.
Okay.
Blindfold, sir.
Rounds in or out?
Out.
Always.
Always. All right. So. Here we are. Number 1. Oh, Russ, you're not trying to ride tonight? What's going on, man? All right. Number 1, here's your paper and pen, sir. All right. Number 2, same order. Number 2. I haven't even had a burger yet. Number 2. Okay, number 2. That's a heartburn burp right there.
What are we doing?
You know, just showing off the pipes.
Oh, my God.
Number 3. None of these burps are going on the food. It's going away from the food, so.
I don't think that helps.
Well, it's just adding extra flavor, Zach.
You're putting your digestion.
Number 3.
Gas in the
Got a guess?
atmosphere. That's not my burger.
I think. All right. Number 4. Mm-hmm. Okay, number 4. And number 5. All right, sir. Okay. So, some fabulous looking burgers there. And now I guess it's my turn, huh? All right. No order, no particular order. You guys know where they come from, right? If I like, because I can point them out, but I still shouldn't be able to tell.
We'll figure it out.
All right. All right.
that the right one in each one?
Yes.
Okay.
Show off my shiny dome here.
I know which ones they are. I'll write them down so what the dates are.
Bald.
If I have a pen. All right, you randomly pick one. I think I know where they're all from.
All right.
How many fingers am I holding up?
No, I don't know where this is from.
All right.
I don't know what that one I know, obviously.
All right.
It's hard to open my eyes with these. I'm just going to keep them closed.
Numero uno. Hand out.
Number 1. Oh, no boat. Just a burger. All right.
He's a burger boy.
Okay. Okay. Can I have a boat to put this in?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
We got a.
Paper and pen for
Well,
me?
since you are the well, that ruins the format. So here you go. Here's your paper. Here's your pen.
Okay.
I didn't give him anything yet. No.
All right, so let's do this. Since you guys are doing it randomly for Nate, when Nate writes down what he thinks it is and gives you the paper back, Eric, you write down what it actually is next to
What
it.
I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out which one's which, though, because I'm not exactly sure.
This is a. This is an operation. Let me tell you what. Ducks are in a row. Burgers are organized. Austin Eckler just caught a screen pass up to the 30.
Okay.
Let me tell you what. All right. Numero dos. I'll give you a boat because I'm a good friend. There you go.
You're so nice. That's a beefy burger.
Where offers a beefy burger?
I recognize that seasoning.
Well, Nate, you did say that you've been to every place except for one. You didn't tell us what that one was.
I guess you'll have to find out.
Ho ho! Look at us. In suspense, but everybody's already guessed. So, number 3. I was going to say number and
Number 3.
well, it was meant to say numero. I took I'll share this for everybody. I took 5 years of Spanish in my schooling career, and only passed the last one, so which was last year.
So you didn't take Spanish 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It was
No, it was Spanish 1 5 times.
Spanish 1 times 5.
Yeah, I took it in 8th grade. I took it freshman year. I failed freshman year, so I took it. All right, well,
Well, there went my paper.
I got you. Don't even worry about it. Here you go.
Okay.
You burger boy.
A burger boy.
Give you a boat. There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, I took, maybe not 5. How many years of Spanish did I take? 7th and 8th grade, freshman year, failed those, and then sophomore and junior year of college. I passed the one in college, or I passed both of them in college.
Okay.
Okay. All right, last burger. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. The last one.
these last two. He's gonna have to help me out with that.
Yeah. So
But at least we know the order.
we're descriptive.
We know the order.
I messed it up.
You messed it up? Oh no. Why? I thought it was so straightforward and simple and easy.
I thought
You
I
can still
knew.
change your
Hey,
answer.
yeah, you can change your answers around,
Still
man.
change your answer here.
Because sometimes
He's
you might
scribbling
not
it
know.
around. Oh boy. What you writing here? So he's changing the first one and the last one.
Yep. Yep.
A switch for the better?
Yep.
Or no?
I thought I recognized the first one, and I was just doubting myself.
You're like, man, I
Yep.
love this food.
Yep.
All right. So is everybody okay.
Oh yeah.
How are we doing this? Let's go Nate first. Where's my paper?
We can do Nate's first since he's sitting there.
Okay.
And then Nate, I say Nate asks us all to name what we have for number one, and then he can reveal the answer.
Okay. Yeah. I gotta find my paper first. So I'll give this to Nate and let Nate be the host.
Oh.
Well, thanks, Zach.
Oh, found it. All right. Are we going back to where we were?
Yeah, why not?
As it was.
All right.
All right.
I'm going back to this other mic here. Greggy.
All right, I'm trying to figure out which one that is here.
And then you have what, Nate?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Test a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Hey.
There we are.
Do us incredible.
Check 1, 2. There we go.
I got an upset tummy.
I'm not gonna let these guys just go to waste here.
Nope, I ate all mine already.
So, do you guys want to? How do
I
you want to do this?
remember
You want to
your
go?
orders,
I think
so
we
I
re-
could.
I
tell
have
you.
my order.
I think we reveal Nate since he's got a different order. That way we know his answers, and then he can
You can tell us.
one at a time say we can go through one at a time and reveal what we thought they were, and then Nate can tell us what it was for each one.
Okay.
Like, so one at a time.
Sure.
Say what did you have for one? We all say it, and then he tells us what one was.
All right. So,
All right.
Nate, what did you put down for number one?
Number 1, I had MST.
And that was the one you switched, right? You
Yes.
switched it.
Originally, I thought it was MST, and then I said, no, you know what? They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't give me that one right off the rip. So I thought maybe this is the double barrel because I haven't had that one before. And after I had the last one, I said, nope, I know which one was the MST, and that was the first one.
And you would be correct.
Yes.
Are correct.
1 for 1. All right. Number 2.
I had Clover Club.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Number
okay.
2 was double barrel.
Oh, okay. All right. Number 3,
What'd you have?
I had Benchwarmers.
And you'd be correct.
I'm very happy that he got
Okay.
the 2 that he got because he made those burgers at one point in his life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
still making one, and
Number 4.
Viaduct?
I'm okay. We're gonna have to go to a judge's ruling on this one
Because
because I wasn't sure what the last 2 burgers were.
Viaduct came from the
So-
one with the chips.
let me tell you what.
This is how I have it labeled. Is number 4 is the one with chips. So you would be correct.
There we
And
go.
number 5 was whatever the last one was.
And that was Double Barrel,
Which was Double
wrong.
Barrel.
It was actually Clover Club. Because I guessed Clover on 2, and you said it was wrong.
No, the last one.
The last one would be
was
Clover Club. Yes.
Sure.
So, yeah, like I said, I guessed Double Barrel
For the last one.
for the last one. So I would have been wrong.
Yeah. So that hearing your correct one makes me feel less confident, which I did not think was possible, but I do. And now we're here.
Okay.
What was your favorite?
Oh, out of
didn't
all
indicate.
of them,
Dude, it's so hard to pick.
I marked mine
there
already.
were
and
so
I-
many good ones.
You were supposed to mark it before you knew which ones they were.
Exactly. Hey, you know what? He doesn't.
Honestly, if I just went by number, it was number 1.
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean, it was like which one?
It was a great burger.
Yeah.
Yep. So you have Madison Street as your number 1.
All
That
right.
was my number 1.
And you got the 2 that I expected you to get. So good experiment right there.
All right.
So
Well, at
so
least we
you
worked
went
that out.
2 for 5.
2 for 5.
Not bad.
3 for 5.
3 for 5.
I got bench
Oh
warmers,
yeah, you
right?
got bench warmers and viaduct.
Yeah.
Oh, Viaduct. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
MST
3
bench
out of
warmer.
5. That is impressive,
Viaduct.
actually.
Yeah.
The 3 places I worked. All right, let's go, Greg. Now,
Well, we got to go. We all have to say it.
And then you tell us. 'Cause
Exactly.
We'll go what we say, 1, 2, 3, what we thought they were for 1, and then you tell us what 1 was.
okay.
All right.
So, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking.
For
You gotta have a
number,
microphone.
Nope, that's the wrong microphone.
Because I'm trying to remember now. I should have wrote this
coming
down.
through hot.
I should have wrote this down.
Oh man.
Because now I'm like,
You forgot?
did I get these right?
Oh, you didn't write down the order?
Well, I know which ones are which. When they had burgers in them. I'm just joking. I'm just messing with you guys.
Man.
I don't believe him now.
All right.
Yeah, if I get
All
it
right.
wrong, I'm
So,
blaming Nate.
number one.
I say a double barrel.
I said viaduct.
I also said viaduct.
Eric would be correct.
Oh,
Really?
Number 1 was double barrel.
that pains me.
That is correct.
Okay.
Number 2.
Viaduct.
Double barrel.
Well, here's the thing. I had an answer there originally, and then I swapped it. But now that I know that answer's wrong,
Hey.
I'm gonna
Oh,
swap
they
it back.
can't, we can't do that.
Hey, come on.
I mean,
in writing.
Come on.
I mean, I'm just going with my original answer, of course. I made no switches at all. I'm gonna say Clover Club.
All right. And that one was actually viaduct. Number 2 was viaduct.
That you're 2 for 2, but also
For 2, baby.
I have a potential to go 3 for 3 on the last ones.
Yeah.
Because I got the correct ones
swap
wrong.
those, yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
All right. Number 3.
Clover Club.
Bench warmers.
I said bench warmers.
And Greggy and Zach got this one right.
Nice.
I think I went 3 for 3 then.
Number
last
3 was bench warmers for sure. Number 4, what do you got, Eric?
You know what I got? I got bench warmers for that one.
Clover Club.
Clover Club, of course.
And that was number 4, correct? Was Clover Club. And number 5, what do you got, guys?
MST.
Yeah.
That was undeniable. I think
And-
all of us once we tasted that
The
one.
Star, that was my favorite.
Oh, yeah?
Before I knew for sure that's what it was, that was the favorite. So
Zach, you went with bench warmers, didn't you?
I had the star on bench warmers.
Yeah. That was a damn good burger
Yeah.
too. Honestly, like before it was like, all right, it's either between number 1 or number 3. Those 2 were my favorites. Like they just hit. I don't know. For
there
me,
wasn't a bad
in
one
my
in that
order.
group. That
No,
was
not at all.
Greggy, what
all
about you?
delicious.
Greggy, who you got?
Dude, it was so close. Like,
There's so many good ones.
I mean, some of them had more flavor than others. None of them were bad by any means. I'm probably gonna say Madison Street was my favorite flavor, but there was I don't know if you guys tasted this or not, but I think it was the second burger. Kind of tasted a little bit like it had some onion ring flavor to it, like almost like it was cooked.
It did.
somehow
It
with
did.
something.
It was like Montreal steak, like
Yes.
McCormick seasoning.
Yeah, there was something in there that gave it a little bit of a flavor. I kind of like that, to be honest. So.
Okay. Well, we'll catch you at the viaduct.
There you go. There you go.
Did we
Hey,
all
Russ
get
is
3?
cooking. Look at Russ cooking
so.
out there.
Did we all get 3?
We all did get 3 out of
Oh
5.
my gosh!
In honor of
All
Russ.
of us got 3 out of 5.
In honor of Russ, we all
Hey.
went for 3.
And you know,
Pulse
Connor,
podcast.
do you think if Connor would have
Let's
been here,
ride.
he would have got 3?
No.
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 Connor would have went over.
Ooh, Connor, you just
That's
got
not true.
called out.
That's not true.
I think
Connor-
he would have got one.
He would
Connor
have
would've
got. He would have got 1 because odds are
Poor
he's
guy.
won. Yeah.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
He got called out.
So is he not here tonight because he didn't want to watch the Broncos play while it was on the air because they are winning right now?
I think he's saving lives.
Hey,
That's probably
or training to save lives. That's what he does a lot. He's either saving lives or training to save lives.
Firefighter Connor is what we call him around here.
That's right.
Pay attention.
I
to
have
detail
never called
that
him
guy
that.
does.
You've never called him Firefighter Connor.
Can't say I have either.
Greg, come on.
He's Mr. Details, man.
He's Mr.
I know everything is in the
Details.
details with him, though.
That's
Now
what you're
that's-
Everything is in the
laughing at.
details.
That's the real. Yeah, that's the real nickname.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. There are a few things that I did want to talk about here. I have my laptop over there, though. That's awesome.
Would you like me to grab it for you?
Hey, since you're closer, that'd be awesome. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. Is it your birthday today or yesterday? What's the deal? Like, what happened? Because I saw the notification yesterday saying, "Hey,
Eric
it's my
Hall.
birthday," and then today everybody's saying "Happy birthday" to you. Now, what's going on? When's your actual birthday?
Yesterday was my birthday.
That's what I thought. It's
It's the Facebook thing. People will post on it yesterday. Other people will see that today and think, oh, it's his birthday. So they share. You get birthday wishes on Facebook for like 3 days.
That's all right. It's your birthday week.
Yesterday was my birthday, yes.
Hey, happy birthday.
Big 4-0.
Happy birthday.
I'm not good at math.
No.
What?
4-0. Don't make me say it.
So, guys, we had a busy weekend. Not as busy as usual. Obviously, no Berg weekend this week. But we do have one coming up this coming weekend. Big Berg weekend for us, anyways, as our Saturday scoreboard invades Heidelberg campus
Yeah,
this Saturday. Pretty excited about that one.
very fun.
Zach's like, sure. Yeah, very fun. Yeah.
Very fun. No, I'm. Hey. All right, hold on.
You sound so excited, Zach.
Hey, you watch it. All right, I'm pumped. The only thing I'm not pumped about is I have to get up at 6 a.m. to work a homecoming event that has 4 people signed up for it. But
Sign up for that homecoming event, people.
exactly,
You hear that?
well, sign-ups are closed, but next year.
Next year, for sure.
Yep,
Next year, get on it.
it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have a great time.
Like a bro.
Get on it early now.
Yes. So
But yeah, we have a big weekend coming up this weekend. 2 high school football games this Friday, as we have Columbian and Calvert on the schedule. Columbian takes on Norwalk, Calvert on the road against Lakota, the Extreme on the road where cell phones go to die this weekend. Never been to Lakota, have you?
no.
You will be driving through cornfields and cornfields and then cornfields and more cornfields, and then all of a sudden, boom, a school pop up out of nowhere.
It's called Ohio.
I love Lakota. No, it's a great facility. It's a great campus, like a great, high school facility. I mean, they do an outstanding job over there. Their basketball gymnasium is one of the best in the area. I think they have like 3 different basketball courts inside their gymnasium.
Oh.
They host high school basketball tournaments in there all the time. But they do a really good job over there. And Mike Lento is probably one of my favorite interviews. So if you guys get there early, interview the Lakota head coach. He will make you want to run through a wall through him or for him.
For him?
Through him and for him. No.
I'm all about it.
And you're not going to run through him, that's for sure.
Dom Helmstetter, he's going to be all about the interview.
Is he?
Oh, he was all about it last week.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he
He
doesn't
turned
get.
out- well, last
hopefully he
week-
doesn't get beat up.
Last week it turned out. Well,
No. Hold on a minute.
We go everywhere on the Pulse podcast.
I wasn't gonna
We will
talk
go
about
there and there.
I was going to talk about how.
Zach,
Yeah?
what are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about how good of an interview he did with Coach Lutz?
Coach Lutz, he did a great interview.
Yeah, we didn't get to see it
yeah,
because
I
all we
would've
saw was
seen
the
it.
end of the tape.
Yep. That was an error.
E5.
E5, yeah. And with the Perkins head coach, turns out Dom didn't know this going in, but he was like he knew him from like student teaching or something. So
Wow.
so he gets there and the Perkins head coach doesn't miss a beat and he's like, "Hey, I know you."
Apparently, he's not the only one who knew.
He's not the only one who knew who he was. Hey,
I wasn't gonna talk
didn't
about
think I'd remember you.
You son of a...
Yes.
It was a lot. That was on the tamer end of things.
That was great. I've
That was not
never
the
heard
Perkins head coach.
anyone talk about or to Dom in any way, shape, or form like this. Like, that was ridiculous. Oh,
Because you don't hang out on the extreme enough.
That's
Me and
right.
Zach talk to him like that all the time, man.
really? Okay. You guys getting pretty rowdy.
Zach's like, I'm not. I didn't.
That's why they call it the extreme,
I don't
folks.
do. I don't do that. I'm a nice guy.
All right, so, but Zach,
Yeah.
should be a fun atmosphere.
Yes.
Lakota is, like I said, it's reception when I had a Verizon phone was spotty at best out there. But we did do a baseball game out there,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure it held pretty strong for us the entire broadcast.
I don't
Did it
think
not,
we had
Greg?
any issues out there.
Didn't have any issues. You'll be taking the exact same equipment, so you should be fine. Everything should be good.
Good.
But that's a great place to cover a ball game. Lakota is struggling this year. 2-7, I think, is their record right now on the season. But they have been playing. They played a really tough schedule. So, and they played tough. They played teams really tough this year. So that should be a good game for you guys. I'm hoping. It was a good game last year. They went to overtime. Lakota ended up winning. I think it was their first win in over a decade against Calvert. So I think the Senecas are going to have some revenge on their mind.
Okay.
So
Well, we've set the story.
there you go. Set the stage.
Now tune in
Tune in this Friday. That'll be on the X Stream. And we also have Tiffin Columbian versus Norwalk as we close out the regular season.
Oh my gosh, it's gone by so quick, Nate.
That's what it does every time. 2.5 months. That's it. 10 weeks. Gone. Blink of an eye. That's how it happens every time, I swear. But, it is probably one of the shortest lived, but obviously everybody's eyes are on high school football. Everybody wants to know what's going on. That's why we have our finger on the pulse right now. We're telling you what's going on. And, we've got a couple of high school matchups this Friday. That closes out our regular season, but we're getting into playoffs. We're talking about Tiffin first in the playoffs, but I think as we get further into the playoffs, there's going to be some other teams in this area that it's going to make some noise. Now, you guys have had some experience this year. You've had a chance to kind of dip your toes in the water in this area when it comes to football. What are some teams that you guys think have impressed you that you've watched in person this year?
For me, I don't know about you guys, Gibsonburg has been just phenomenal. I got to cover them twice, one with you, one with Dom. And man, they can just flat out play. They run the football better than anybody else I've seen covering high school football. It's a real small team. They don't have numbers, but man, do they make up for it and just play.
Right. Physical.
Yes.
I think physicality is the key for that Gibsonburg team. Every year, there's not going to be a team that out-physicals them. That's just...
And
that's
I
just
mean,
the way they
how
play.
many people were banged up in that game versus Margaretta that we saw? It was just, ugh.
Yeah.
That they're doing things right over there. So that is a team. I mean, I don't think anybody's surprised that I'm saying this, but I mean, hey, look out.
Yeah. Look out. Gibsonburg's going to be one of those teams. I think they could make some noise in the playoffs. They're in Division 6, Region 22, I believe. I might be wrong on that. Let me check. But while I'm checking for that, Eric, what are some other teams that maybe another team that has caught your eye since we've been covering?
I was going to bring up Gibsonburg because of Connor Smith is just so fun to watch. But I'm also thinking Cary.
Oh, man.
Cary.
Cary is... That's probably one of the most impressive football teams that I've ever covered.
Man, they look impressive.
Yeah, and, that's a team that I think they're riding, a 23-game winning streak, 25-game winning streak. Dating back to last year, they lost their first game of the season last year to Hopewell Loudon. Since then, they won the Division 6 state championship, and they have not lost a game since. Now, as you ride into the playoffs, is that a position you want to be in? Do you want all that pressure riding on you as you go into the playoffs, trying to repeat as a state champion? Obviously, the bullseye is already going to be big because you're a state champion. People are going to be gunning for you. But not having a loss in 25, 26 games, that makes that bullseye even bigger. Now, all of a sudden, teams are going to be coming after you. Greg, I mean, you've seen this team. We've covered them. what are your thoughts? Is that something, as a coach, would you be wanting to carry that winning streak into the playoffs, or would you have hoped maybe for a stumbling point that you could learn from sometime along the way?
Well, obviously, it's nice to have the winning streak. It's a thing to be proud of. But, yeah, usually when you're a coach, you kind of talk about the mentality of getting losses out of the way early. You know, if you're going to get beat, get it out of the way early. You want to get that done during the regular season rather than roll all the way into the playoffs and then finally take a loss, because that's when it really matters, you know. So, like, it's definitely a little bit more nerve-wracking, I think, if I was a coach. But I got to say, this Cary team so far has really impressed me with their ability to play the entire game, no matter who they're playing against. And, you know, they've had a couple close games this year, but they've been able to find a way to win, a way to keep it rolling, and it's just a really solid team over there.
Yeah, that game against Upper Sandusky surprised me last week that the Rams were able to keep it as close as they have, but Upper Sandusky's been playing pretty tough this year. But
You know, Greg, you talked about how you want to get that loss out of the way early, and Nate, you said something about it might be right. It might be a target on your back. I mean, I think it's the opposite. It shows the kids like, hey, no one can beat us. All right.
Yeah.
No one can beat us, and it's even worse for the other team, right? If you're facing an opponent that hasn't lost in a year, that hasn't lost in however many games, 20-something games, man,
It's very intimidating.
it's intimidating. It's easy
Yeah.
to create a mindset of like, I mean, I'm not going to beat them, right? It's easy to fall like we're going to get crushed.
Who are you and Eric? Listen to you guys talking like little scared boys. That's intimidating. I don't want to get beat by the undefeated team.
Well, I
hell,
mean,
hell no.
in
You
the
go out there.
NFL.
No. You go out there, and that's a mountain that you want to climb. You want to destroy that team. You want to be the ones to end the streak. Get tough. Let's go. Let's ride.
let's ride.
Waiting.
Greg, how much mountain climbing have you done?
Say what?
How much mountain climbing have you done?
Tons.
Tons. He climbed a mountain in laundry to get to bed last night.
No, I think in the
Love
NFL
climbing.
that concept could work, because in the NFL they would be looking. They know that any team can beat any team in the NFL. When you're talking high school football and college, you've got different levels where, you know, this team might not be on this team's level, and if this team comes in undefeated, and you've got a team on a different level than them, that is very intimidating for the high school kids coming in. And I'm not saying it's intimidating for me, Greggy. I would take on that challenge.
I'd be climbing mountains all day,
But I'm
all
a
night.
40-year-old man. I'm not.
You never
taking on
know
that
how
challenge
big a
right now,
mountain
so.
is till you put your hand on it. Isn't that right?
Listen to them talking tough now. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be scared. I just, that's just the mindset and mentality I have. I don't know why, but
I don't think in my entire playing career I've been put up in that. Well, no, I don't think I've ever been put in that position. Facing
against
an
a
under
juggernaut?
Exactly. Like, I didn't play at Heidelberg when they had to play Mount Union, so like that didn't factor in. Back home, we didn't have anybody in the area that was like super dominant. I don't know. I have dealt with very little adversity in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I like the little fist pump there.
Well,
Yay me.
it's a No, we got crushed my senior year of high school.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like my senior year.
Oh,
I
yeah?
didn't have one. Never mind. But no, we got some other things going on this weekend. Coach's Corner live at Benchwarmers tomorrow night. Benchwarmers, obviously. One of the burgers that we just ate.
My
Delicious.
favorite burger.
Zach's favorite. Tune in tomorrow night around 6:30. Coach's Corner live once again at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. You can also come out and join us as we will be live inside the restaurant if weather permits. Obviously, if it permits us to be outside, we'll be outside. But if not, then we will take the show inside because I'm not trying to be too chilly.
Yeah, it's starting to get to that point.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Moving it indoors.
it's bad enough it gets dark at like 7 o'clock. We start the show at 6:30. By the time the second segment usually starts, it's like you can't see the kids or
Nate,
whoever we're having on.
Nate, you're talking like a guy who hasn't climbed many mountains. All right.
Hey,
Take on the
I
challenge,
guess I just
Nate.
gotta climb
Put
some
on a
more
coat.
mountains.
I mean, Zach, if you're scared, just say you're scared, man. It's okay.
Scared of what?
Scared of mountains.
Scared of mountains? I love mountains. I worked out west for a year. I worked in Yellowstone National Park.
He's a mountain man.
I went mountain climbing.
He's a mountain man.
I had a good time.
I went mountain climbing.
Took down a mountain lion
we
with
also
his
have-
bare hands.
I almost got killed by a bear. That's one story.
Also, Wednesday, the Over Under podcast. Joey Krajewski, Aaron Steyer live in studio. The Over Under boys.
Coach Joey?
Yeah, Coach Joey Krajewski live on the air with Aaron Steyer. Tune in this Wednesday. What do they go live at? 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
8 o'clock in studio. And then, obviously, we told you about our Friday schedule. Tiffin Calvert at Lakota. Tiffin Columbian versus Norwalk. Saturday scoreboard, game day edition, live from the Fox's Den at Herneman Stadium on the campus of Heidelberg University. Tune in. We got a couple special guests joining us as Scott Donaldson's going to make an appearance. And we also have former Tiffin Mayor Aaron Montz who's going to come on with us and do a special guest interview. He's a Heidelberg alumni. Going to talk about Heidelberg comings and goings at the Heidelberg University and his role within the university and how he likes to stay involved. Also, it's homecoming. So tune in for the homecoming game versus Marietta Saturday at 2 o'clock right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, guys, so let's talk national sports now. Let's get into the national stuff. This is the stuff I like to talk about because I feel like it's a little bit more of a loose conversation, So do you want to start with college football since that kind of went into the
Sure.
Go in order.
Friday into Saturday?
Yep.
Friday we were there for Calvert Hopewell Loudon. Saturday we came in here for Saturday scoreboard. We talked about some of the matchups on the horizon. And, this past Monday, I thought we talked a little bit about one of those matchups.
I think we did.
Eric, I think you I think you might have predicted something.
I think I made a prediction.
I think he made a prediction.
Sure.
Was it a 2-touchdown prediction?
No,
I
I
recall?
think somebody else made that prediction.
Yeah, that was Connor.
Well,
No, Connor
his
actually
heart's in the right place.
agreed with me. But yeah,
I did
play
not.
that back. I said Tennessee beats Alabama.
Oh, yes, he did.
I,
Well, there's Russ's first
There it was.
incompletion.
and how fantastic was that? Watching them take the goalposts out of the stadium into the bar with them and
Throw it in the
into
river.
the river. That
Well, and-
was fantastic.
And now the University of Tennessee is asking for donations.
Did you see the way that they did it though? It was the post. The post
Oh,
was
it's
fantastic.
I
Well,
saw a dude
and,
riding
like,
on it down the
It said
parade.
donate $16. It's been 16 years since Tennessee beat Alabama. And then it was like,
There was you could donate $52.49.
Yeah, the
for
final
the
score.
score of the game.
yep.
What a good move by Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like that. What an on top of the market.
And let's talk,
Marketing
I mean,
program.
the goalpost thing.
The
That
way
has, over the years, a lot of colleges have really put a clamp down on that. I know Ohio State, Michigan games, at the end of the game,
yeah.
there is a sea of red, but right around the goalposts, there's these little green triangles of these guys in safety vests that just surround the goalposts, preventing anyone from getting near them. I wonder why some schools are a little more lax with their security with that. They just don't care. They just, whatever. It's a goalpost. We need
There
a
were
new one
so
anyway.
many people there at Tennessee.
We need
There
new
were-
goalposts anyways. Take them down. That's fine. We're getting new ones.
Throw them in the
We'll
river.
get them donated by the boosters. They love it.
Yeah.
I loved the letter that they sent out for it. And
Oh, yeah.
Just said something like, so you remember that time that we beat Alabama by a field goal in the last second? That was pretty cool. And we took the goalposts and threw them in the river? Yeah, that was pretty cool. But it turns out you need those to play on Saturdays. So if you'd like to donate to get some new ones, you can donate here. I thought it was great.
Turns out you kind of need those. Yeah. Well, where do you think the AP has them moving up now? Where are they at? I didn't get to see
I'm
that.
pretty sure they had them at 3.
3.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, so that means Ohio State 2, Georgia 1.
Yep.
And Michigan 4.
Michigan 4.
So Tennessee leapfrogs Michigan.
Yeah. I wasn't-
After Michigan handled Penn State.
They did. They
I mean, handled.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I was watching that game and I'm like, oh, good. This is not looking good.
Yeah, no, Michigan played really well.
Yes,
really
they did.
well.
Very well. Very well.
But Penn State was what, 10?
Penn State was
Penn State was
wanna
number
say
10,
10.
Yeah.
undefeated, number 4 rushing defense in the nation, right? And Michigan ran for 300 some plus yards on them. Like
Yeah.
it was a clinic.
Yeah, I don't mind Tennessee leapfrogging him just because in the fashion that it happened, Alabama is a much harder opponent than Penn State. But
Alabama's Alabama, and they were number 2, so I don't have
Exactly.
a problem with Tennessee leapfrogging either.
yeah, Tennessee and Michigan both surprised me, man. Like I had
Michigan
my
surprised the shit out of me.
I had my doubts coming in.
Well, Tennessee didn't surprise me, obviously. But Michigan did surprise me. I said I didn't think that they were going to win that game.
I didn't. Yeah, I have not believed in either team all season. They're both starting to show that they're the real deal.
I'm glad that they did win it. I prefer them to be undefeated at the end of the year.
Yeah?
Go blue.
No.
Oh,
Ew.
OH.
go green.
For them to be
Spartans
defeated
won.
the last week of the season, I should say. Not at the end of the year, the last week of the
That's
season.
not what you said.
Yeah, I
That's not what
worded
you
it wrong.
said.
Let's go back and fix that.
Spartans won.
Just edit that out.
They beat,
Sparty?
they beat Wisconsin.
All right,
They should have lost that game, but man, they played well.
You know who didn't play well?
Who?
My Fighting Irish.
Oh,
On the little loss. Like, come on, bro. They're just like totally underperforming this year. It's so terrible.
well, don't be a Notre Dame fan.
Listen, that's
Wise
a mountain-
words from Zach.
That's one of the mountains that I have to climb in my life. Okay.
Oh man,
You're all about them mountains.
Oklahoma State lost to TCU in a thriller double overtime.
Yeah, that was a heck of a game.
Heck of a game. I am super bummed because I have believed in Oklahoma State this year. Man, TCU played great. A lot of great games, and Oklahoma State can bounce back. They got Texas this week, so
Yeah.
man, that whole division is just fun to watch.
For once. Yeah. For once. I don't know. Big 12 is playing football finally when two of their powerhouses decide they don't want to play there anymore. They're like, hey, wait, we're still pretty good.
Oklahoma not playing well.
No, not really, but they did squeak by. Picked up a win. Kentucky got a win. Will Levis coming back. I mean, I don't know. People are kind of talking about him in the Heisman conversation. I don't think that's much of a debate at this point. I think C.J. Stroud's kind of the runaway favorite.
He's number one right
Hendon
now.
Hooker,
Things can
I think, is
change.
your number
There's
2
time for
guy,
that to change,
right?
but-
When you say number 2, Hendon Hooker from Tennessee, quarterback, probably in that same conversation.
Climbing the boards.
Top 3,
Climbing the mountains.
climbing the mountains. Damn it. Damn it. We're just going to be mountain climbing
That's
all
gonna be
night.
that's gonna be our new send it to commercial bit. It's gonna be like you're gonna have us back here in the studio doing ad reads and
And we'll be back right after this mountain climb.
back. Keep climbing the mountains here with Heart of Ohio Sports. Like really bad radio jockeys. Keep on climbing those mountains.
I thought the Utah USC game, if you were still awake for that,
I was not.
I think it started at midnight. I watched the highlights when I woke up. I'm like, that actually looked like it was a pretty good game. 43-42 final. Let's see what else here. Any other big games that you guys thought kind of caught your eye? It was a boring weekend because you didn't have Ohio State, Heidelberg, or Tiffin University. All 3 teams on a bye this week.
Well, you
I
know,
got to work on the scheduling for that.
yeah. Call up the NCAA. You work on that.
Got to make this more exciting for Tiffin.
Yeah, come on. Both Tiffin teams, I think, did that ever hit the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
We're watching
close.
Monday Night Football,
We're not just,
and we just saw a defensive pass interference, 10-7, 4:13 left to go.
and him about pull it in. That was
in the
nuts.
second quarter.
In the second quarter.
Called that a... Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But yeah, college football. I mean, other than that, there's not really much to talk about. You got
Syracuse won big.
okay over North Carolina State. They're a top 25 team,
I'd say ranked team.
ranked team. Your top 10 though, right now. Let's just talk top 5.
Okay.
out of the teams in the top 5, realistically, are any of those teams not going to be in the conversation at the end of the year?
So Georgia, Tennessee, Michigan, Bama?
Yep. And
Sorry. Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan, Bama.
Yes. Any of those teams not in the conversation at the end of the year?
The easy one to pick out of there is Tennessee. But I'm not sure
easy.
what the rest of their schedule looks like, to be honest.
Is Bama 5 now? Did they fall from 3 to 5?
I couldn't tell you. I just saw the top
Michigan's
4.
4.
I only looked at top 4. Oh, you're the man with the computer.
I'm searching it
Clemson?
right now.
Are they up there? Where are they at?
Yeah, you got Clemson at 5. Bama went to 6.
Yeah, Clemson is probably not sticking around. I still don't have faith in them, but also every team that I haven't had faith in has shown me wrong. So, Ole Miss, TCU, UCLA.
Yeah,
The way TCU played though Saturday, man, I think they could probably beat anybody.
Okay. They always trick people into believing that, and then they get to
That's true.
They get to the playoffs, and
That's true.
they can't really beat anybody. They can beat some people, some teams, but not all teams. They can get beat, and they could beat any team. So
Yeah. Again, like Michigan's always a weird team to me because you put them up against anybody in the Big Ten, and you're like, all right, yes, they can handle business. But I don't know if they can handle like SEC teams.
Michigan,
Yeah, like it's just a different breed of football. Like
they don't have that speed.
Exactly. You put them against Georgia, I think they get blown out again. Put them against Bama, I think they get blown out. Tennessee, I think that's a close game.
Okay.
Do they win that? I don't know.
Is Clemson still in that conversation?
No.
They are a top 5 team right now.
I don't think so.
Eric?
I don't see it either. If Alabama doesn't lose again the rest of the year, they're going to find their way back into the top 4.
Correct.
You know they're going to.
They're too big of a draw not to.
Yeah.
Well, and they still have that. They're probably going to play for the SEC championship,
Yep.
and they're probably going to control their own destiny at this point. Like if they win out the rest of the way, of course they're going to be in the conversation because they'll have beaten some really good teams. They'll have beaten probably Georgia.
And only lost to the team that is ranked 3 right now.
Yes. Yeah. So out of those 5, I would say Clemson would be the team out of the top 5 right now that I would say is not going to be in the conversation at the end of the year. I think Michigan and Ohio State being 2 and 4 or 4 and 2, if both teams continue winning until they get to the point where they play each other, it's going to be really hard to keep the loser of that game out of the conversation unless it's a blowout loss like it was last year. Like it was pretty definitive last year. You weren't going to make the argument that Ohio State deserved to be in that.
Yeah, but who won that game last year?
Exactly. So if it comes down to it and both teams are undefeated and they're playing and it comes out a close game, could you potentially see both teams making it in?
So you're saying both of the top SEC teams, both Big Ten teams, make it in?
That's my question.
I mean, if Michigan and Ohio State win out,
they won't play each other in the Big Ten championship. They're in
Exactly.
opposite division, or they're in the same division. So.
Exactly. If they win out with the exception of each other, right, or whatever happens there, it's hard to make a case, especially, man, if Michigan looks as good as they do now.
Yeah.
And especially if Ohio State can, keep it rolling.
Yep.
It's hard to say that you can keep one of those teams out. Unless we have someone surprise, unless Tennessee, is absolutely dominant and says, hey, you can't kick us out. Can't kick us out.
And they're going to have to be in order to
true.
stay in that top 4. They're just going to have to come out and dominate the teams they're supposed to dominate.
Yeah.
That's true. It's going to be, I don't know. I'm not feeling college football as much as I usually have, I think, in years past. But I think as we get more of these upsets, I might get into it a little bit more. for the last couple of years, I don't know what it is, but I just have not been into college football as much as I have. I think a lot of it is because you don't see defense being played in college football anymore.
No.
Like, they just do not play defense. You see a lot of 40, 50-point games, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school, and I am. I'll admit that. I love watching, Gibsonburg, Margaretta, a couple wing T teams run the ball, pound the ball at each other. I used to love trestle ball. I'll be the first to admit it. So they play good defense, play good special teams, ball control offense. I know it's boring.
All about the fundamentals.
It wins football games a lot. And as long as you coach your teams up, I don't know. Like, I'm just going on an old man rant right now, but I just feel like as this season progresses, I might get into college football a little bit more. But right now, I'm just not feeling it. What about you guys?
It always turns on for me like the last week of the regular season. That's kind of when I start getting really into college football.
Yeah.
And then, like the way I do it, like I'll watch 1 or 2 games in the regular season.
Like the rivalry games,
yeah, exactly.
the big ones.
Exactly. I'll
And that's
watch
kinda
my
like college
favorite
basketball.
teams. Yeah.
College basketball.
Basketball, college basketball, I don't care about at all
Until
March Madness.
Yeah. Same.
And I mean that's
Maybe
I
a
think
Duke or
most
North
people,
Carolina game here or there. Maybe an Ohio State-Michigan game here or there. Or an Ohio State-Michigan State,
Yeah.
Some of those rivalry games
I
I'll
guess that's
watch.
true. Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah,
I'm not really keeping an eye on college basketball until March Madness.
Same, and then try to make out a bracket, and you know
And you
nothing.
haven't been
You
paying
just know
attention.
nothing.
Have you guys ever had a good bracket?
Oh, no. Oh, no. I did pick the winner of the national championship one time, and for whatever reason, I won the pool that year, but it was not a good bracket. I lost a lot.
Last year I got the entire Elite 8 right.
That's a good bracket.
Elite 8, Final 4. Did I get the winner? I don't think so.
I think
So
I
you're
have
a
had
basketball fan then, huh?
No.
No?
No, again, like
No.
I said, I don't care about it until the playoffs, and then I'll do my research. I'll the Capital One bracket. I'll pick my stats. You know how they have the team comparison, and you can get as detailed as stats as you want, and you can that's how I like to do it. Works out.
Well, hell yeah.
Works out.
That's pretty much it. College football wise, that's all I got. Let's move on to NFL, and then we can kind of talk about whatever you guys want to, and then wrap things up.
Hockey's back.
Hockey is back.
Basketball's almost back. It's a great
Basketball
time of
will
year.
be back
you got
this
all
week.
4 sports. Oh,
Cavs basketball starts Wednesday, right, Eric?
Well, yes.
Wednesday's the first game?
Yes. Who cares
about the
First
Cavs?
regular season game. Toronto, I think it's the first game.
Yep, Toronto
Toronto Raptors
gonna
back into the swing of things with the Cavs.
unveil our
how's LeBron James doing
our
for
new.
you?
Hey, I don't know. Donovan Mitchell's looking pretty good in the Cavs.
Oh
uniform, though.
yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, I
Unveil
forgot
the
about
Spider.
that. I like him a lot.
Spida, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley.
Man,
It's gonna be a fun season.
It's gonna be fun.
what a
gonna be
shame you
very
got to get through
fun.
the Pistons.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, Cade Cunningham. I mean,
Cade's great. Jaden Ivey's great. Sadiq
Yeah.
Bey's very good. I wish
very good.
I wish Killian was good. Man, I wish he was good. Beef stew. That's okay.
Nathan
Kind of-
Hackett looks like he doesn't know which team he's coaching.
He's winning.
I know, but it's just like every time they show him on the sideline, he's like, "Where am I at? What's going on? Whose hat am I wearing?"
Do you know who looked like that? You remember Rich Rod on the Wolverines?
Yes,
U of M Rich
yes.
Rod?
Oh my God, Rich Rodriguez looked the same all the time. Oh my God, whose team am I coaching?
He had no idea where he was. He thought he was still at West Virginia.
Oh shit. It's a good game though. 10-7 going into halftime. It's better than Thursday night football. Good God, that was horrible.
Is that the
Commanders and Bears.
Bears? Yeah. Did you see it? The last play of the game, man? I watched that whole thing. The last play of the game, you throw the ball at the goal line, and you come down just short. It was kind of a heartbreaker.
What the heck kind of dance was that?
Thursday night all year has been.
Oh,
That's
it's just
true.
been
just-
duds
you
all
can't
year.
even watch it. Like, has Al Michaels
Next-
retired yet?
Well, and the Amazon Prime
Just
team,
not?
I'm
Okay.
sorry, but like other than Kirk Herbstreit, they are just awful. Like I thought after the first couple weeks that I might kind of I'm gonna let it go for a little bit. I mean, maybe that might grow on me a little. No,
I've
I'm
never been
not.
a huge Kirk Herbstreit fan.
I wonder why.
Honestly, I thought he's been doing a pretty good job with NFL coverage.
I don't think he's bad.
But he's a lot better than Tony Romo. Good Lord, I can't stand Tony.
You don't
Romo.
like Tony Romo? I
I'm
think
not,
Romo. I
I'm
do.
not a fan of Tony Romo.
I like Tony Romo when he's not calling Steelers games. When he's not, because man, he just, him
Is he
and
not a Steelers
Colin.
fan?
No,
Maybe that's why I don't like Tony Romo, because he calls Browns games at 4:25 and we always lose those games. So that's probably why I don't like Tony Romo. Because
called being a Browns
and most
fan.
of the time it's like some team that he really likes. Like, oh, he loves Kansas City.
I
My
love-
God, he
love
loves
what Josh
Kansas
Allen's
City.
doing.
Oh yeah, Kansas City and the Bills. Tony Romo absolutely loves both of those teams.
But I mean, to be fair, who doesn't? Like, both those teams are playing great football.
I don't.
I love Josh Allen. I think
don't mind
Josh
the
Allen is
Bills.
my favorite
I do not
quarterback
like
in the league.
the Chiefs.
I
Right now?
love the Bills, man.
Yeah, the Bills are fun.
Bills
They're
are fun.
fun to
I got
watch.
nothing against the Bills.
They are fun.
They play that great defense you're talking about. They play great offense. It's really the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Josh Allen scores me like 93 points a week in fantasy.
yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, the Bills are fun to watch. I don't know, man. I love watching Patrick Mahomes. Like, there's just something about the way he plays the game that's different than anybody I've ever seen. I can't stand the guy off the field. I can't stand his commercials. I can't stand his voice. But God, I love watching that dude play football. How you doing? I absolutely love watching that dude play football. He's probably my favorite player in the NFL. Him and Justin Herbert.
Really?
Those two, I mean, the way Justin Herbert, I mean, he's like 6'5", 220 pounds, and he does not look like he's that big.
No, he doesn't.
And the way he plays the game, the way it's just effortless. Like the way he throws the ball, the way it comes out of his hand. I don't know. There's certain quarterbacks that I really enjoy watching them throw the ball.
I like Herbert too.
Herbert's
He's
one of
definitely
them, and Pat Mahomes is another one.
Herbert
Patrick
doesn't annoy me.
Mahomes.
You know
I don't
who-
know why Patrick Mahomes and Lamar, they're hard to hate because they're so fun to watch, but I just don't like them. I don't know what it is. I just don't. Well, I can probably explain why I don't like Lamar playing for the Ravens, but
Well,
and
it's
tearing us up
it's-
every week or
it's
every
easy
year.
to hate a team that just doesn't lose. It's
Ravens?
easy. The Ravens, but Mahomes, like everything goes right for him, except for throwing a game-ending interception. But everything goes right for him, it seems, and it's easy to hate that.
Yeah.
You know who talk about quarterbacks? We love throwing the ball. You know who I don't love throwing the ball? Carson Wentz, man.
Oh.
He's out with thumb surgery. I think that's putting the Commanders fans out of their misery.
Oh man.
Jesus, he really is just not it. It was tough to watch.
it's taken
And-
3 teams to figure this out, too.
Well, yeah, and yeah.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
Do you see Ron Rivera? So they asked him, "Hey, what's the problem going on with your team?" He goes, "Quarterback."
Ooh.
One word.
Ooh.
Right, and then he came back after the loss, or sorry, after the win, and then he tried to backtalk. He's like,
yeah.
"Oh,
I'm the one that brought Carson here.
exactly." I love him. Love the guy. He is just not good. And you know who I
Has
feel.
he ever really been good since that injury, though? And you could even
He's
say
shown
Doug
flashes,
Peterson
but, man.
really is the guy that made him look good. But
Doug Peterson won with Nick Foles.
uh-huh.
But you know who I feel the worst for? Terry McLaurin. He is just more than anybody else in the league right now that I can think of. His career is just being wasted.
Or Terry.
I'm not saying that just
Terry.
because I have him on my fantasy team, but no, but seriously, it's just painful to watch because he'll get open and Wentz won't even look his way.
Yeah.
And Ron Rivera is not helping at all because he's not getting him involved in the game plan. Like, it's just tough watching Washington football.
That's why I try
There's a
not
lot
to
of
watch it.
yeah. Well, we tried not. Obviously, we're not trying to watch Washington football, Eric. But when it permeates our viewing field on Thursday nights, we have no choice. Like I want to watch football on Thursday nights.
I'm
Like
trying not to watch Broncos football either, but it's every week on primetime.
Why are they on prime time?
Because of Russell Wilson.
Every week.
They thought they were going to be really good.
But didn't they make the schedule before they traded for Russ?
No.
Oh,
That's why they scheduled Broncos Seahawks week 1.
Everybody knew that's where he was going.
Yeah. And I would love to say it would like Thursday night football is going to get better, but next week it's the Cardinals, right? And
Saints and Cardinals.
Saints, horrible football team.
Cardinals got themselves a new wide receiver too.
Cardinals got themselves a new
yeah,
wide
that's
receiver,
right.
but he's going to go to waste because everybody knows about the Kyler Murray Call of Duty stat. Call of Duty's coming
Well,
out.
I mean,
Oh my god.
good Lord.
Greg, can you pull that up, or can you find exactly? I don't want to get it wrong.
Well,
but
he must have got the beta already because he went. I mean,
I
23
he's my
of 37.
He's my quarterback
with an interception. Now he did
know.
carry the ball 10 times for 100 yards, so he's always going to give you that dual threat fantasy. All those
my.
points.
underthrown by Russ.
If he would have
should
just
have been a
put that
touchdown.
on him.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, Kyler Murray, man, he has been underperforming this year.
Yeah, that's why I said they probably already have the beta. He's had to have been playing it at some point because he's been dog doo-doo all year. I've not seen the Kyler Murray that we're used to seeing even. Like, usually he gives you those first 6-7 weeks and then he goes to shit. Now he's not really even giving you those first 5-6 weeks. He's just, he got paid, so.
Exactly. Well, man, how do you? It's such a weird situation, especially after they put that that game film stipulation in his contract.
Yeah, but only
Like
4
that-
hours per week?
Well, no, but exactly, but like, and I know they like step back away from that, but what does that say about Kyler Murray? What does that say about the Cardinals' faith in Kyler Murray? What does that say about Cliff Kingsbury? Like, man, it is just a weird situation to be in because they got a really good football team. He is not playing well.
Yeah, and they gave him a lot of money. They gave the coach a lot of money. They gave the GM a lot of money. And they got a lot of people on that roster that are getting paid a lot of money. Like Marquise
And a lot
Brown.
of people that deserve to be paid a lot of money.
Marquise Brown just went down with an injury. He's out for 6 weeks.
I pulled up the stats here for I just found a little article about Kyler Murray and his games that he plays against teams when he's
Call of Duty event, none.
Yeah, like they said, the numbers don't really tell the story completely, but if you look at the games in particular, he definitely doesn't play.
Oh,
as
beta
well.
has
Double
already
XP
came out.
Oh my goodness.
And Russ just threw an interception. Oh, no, he
Just
didn't.
about.
Should have.
Flag.
But yeah, it's been proven he's got issues when it comes to, keeping his head in the playbook and out of the
I don't know
headset.
if it's been proven, but it does kind of look like that.
It definitely.
He doesn't. Does he stream?
It's in the numbers.
Does he stream?
I don't know if he streams or not, but there's been people have. I forget, somebody showed a tweet. I want to say it was a Barstool video that I watched where they were talking about this exact thing, and somebody had tweeted out, I can't believe I'm playing Call of Duty with Kyler Murray. We just finished a 10-hour marathon last night, and it was like 3 days before a game or something. And people are like, are you kidding me? What is going on? I wish I could pull that up and know for sure, but I'm almost positive that happened at one point. Somebody did tweet out that they were playing with him and that they, were, playing with Kyler Murray. I mean, if you were playing with Kyler Murray online, wouldn't you be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm playing with.
I'd take a picture and I'd send it to my friend.
Hell yeah. But who can blame the guy?
Jump on right now. He's probably on.
Yeah, who can blame the guy?
He ain't watching this game.
Hop on those Arizona servers.
That's right.
So, how about your Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, we'll talk about that, I guess.
Okay.
I turned that off.
I did
Did
too.
you?
Yep.
I did too.
Final score of that game was?
38-15. I turned it off when it was 24-15. after they muffed that punt, after it went off the back of one of our guys right off the chest of Chester Rogers.
So you guys watch more Browns football than I do.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why Nick Chubb is not on the field every single down? On defense too?
If
why
you
are
could
you
explain
not-
that to me, I would stop slamming my head against a wall
Here's one
every
thing
Sunday.
that I'm starting to think, okay? I'm starting to think that they are trying to showcase Kareem Hunt
To trade him?
to trade him because they don't have any draft picks. They're trying to showcase him in key situations because they want other teams to see him not just rushing the ball or running the ball and catching the ball, but also his pass blocking situation. You know, other teams want to know whether he's a every down back, and the Browns aren't using him in that role. So that it's just honestly, it's speculation on my part. I don't know if it's for sure or not, but the way I see this, that's the only explanation I have for why they don't put Nick Chubb in the damn game at the end of games. For real. It does not make any sense.
That doesn't explain to me why they are throwing 25 yards down the field on 3rd and 1. It doesn't, like, they're trying to outsmart everyone.
The old Ben
when all you have to
Roethlisberger
do is
special.
hand the ball off to Nick Chubb. It kills me. Or if you're within a yard, Jacoby Brissett will get it every time. He showed you that. I think he's only missed
Mr.
one
Automatic.
in his career, and it wasn't with the Browns. I believe he's got like 8 with the Browns, 8 or 9 this year already with the Browns, and he's undefeated.
He's something like 25 for 26 or something like that on QB sneak attempts.
Yeah.
So why are we throwing 30-yard passes on 3rd and 1? I don't understand.
I don't get it, man. It doesn't make much sense.
Something's got
I
to
can't
change.
really explain it. Zach, I wish I could. I wish I had a logical explanation. I wish I could say, well, it's because of this, because it doesn't make sense. Whatever I would say makes no sense.
I can't find a...
Why you
That's
take
what my
your
brain
best
does all day.
player...
It tries to find all the different scenarios that could possibly happen. And
why would you take the best player on your team off
it just
the
makes
field?
my brain go in a loop. There's no answer to it, and it
crucial
just doesn't stop.
situations.
And it sucks being a Browns fan.
It does. It's awful. Greg, why do they keep Nick Chubb off the field?
I don't know. And it drives me insane. Every time I see him on the sideline, I'm like, why is he on the
They're
sideline?
handing out terrible towels right now on Monday Night Football. They're showing the locker room of the Broncos, and everybody has a yellow towel.
I'd been like, no thanks.
Eric,
Cool.
your lady commented here and said that you refused to bet on that game with me this year.
Whoa.
Yeah,
called
you know
out.
why?
Why?
Because of what happened last year.
What happened last year?
Eric,
yeah.
what'd you have to
I
do
remember.
last year?
Do I have to talk about this? All right, yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
So Christy, my lovely fiance,
Aw.
she is a Patriots fan,
Aw.
and I still asked her to marry me. But she's not a Steelers fan, so
That's right.
Well, people can change.
So at least
So
you got
last
to deal with
year-
it twice a year.
last year when we played the Browns, or when the Browns played the Patriots, I all the way up to the game told her, I'm not betting. We're not betting this game. I know better. And then I woke up Sunday morning and I turned into me. And I got real cocky and I made the bet. And so the bet was
Oof.
if the Browns win, I believe it was she had to change her profile picture to her in a Browns uniform for the
Okay.
rest of the season. And it was the same for me. I had to wear a Patriots jersey and make that my profile picture for the rest of the season. But I had an extra thing in there that I had to take my Browns flag down that hangs outside and fly her Patriots flag for the rest of the season as well.
Oh, my goodness.
That's an interesting picture above your head there, Eric.
There it is. So yeah, that was my profile picture. And you'll notice I don't own a Patriots jersey. She does.
It looks a little snug on you.
I had to
cover you up here.
squeeze into that bad boy.
There you
It
go.
looks a little snug.
20,
I look like Zach on a normal day. Just busting out. But yeah, so that was the bet. And
27.
I told her that's her favorite number. That's actually a personalized jersey. It's got her Her name on the back with her number. She loves the Eddie George.
That was my favorite player growing up. He was my all-time favorite player from Ohio State. Still is, by far. And that's the guy I rooted for when the Browns left. That's like I rooted for the Titans. I had I had the powder blue Tennessee Titans or Tennessee Oilers Eddie George jersey. Loved it. Those powder blues, those were so sweet. Those Oilers jerseys, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Those were sweet-ass jerseys.
I wasn't alive.
Zach.
Zach's like, don't look at me.
Oilers.
Hanging
I
out
don't know
with
what
a
you're
couple
talking about.
40-year-olds.
Oilers, huh? Who the hell are the Oilers?
So, yeah, no more betting on Browns Patriots for this guy.
None of that?
Not in this household, no.
No?
No, I know the baby. I know the powder blues. They're phenomenal.
Yeah, the Oiler powder blues, I think, were some of the best uniforms in sports. They were really nice.
They were good.
And they have the red stripe with the powder blue. Oh, man.
Well, we could
Combination
talk
of
about
go together,
Campbell's.
we could talk about less depressing football
Yeah?
with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey,
Hey,
big time
man.
win. Big time. So what are you guys now? 2-4, same record as the Browns now, right? Yep.
Tom Brady needs to stop going to weddings and playing golf or whatever. Focus on football. He lost to the Steelers. Dog. He lost to Money Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened there? Because I didn't catch that game.
Yep.
What happened with Kenny?
He got a concussion,
Where's
didn't he?
baby hands?
Yeah.
at?
So, we'll start this off. Kenny Pickett is he has further cemented himself as the guy.
Postponed, Eric.
Guardians Yankees ALDS Game 5 officially postponed.
Ouch.
Yep. So Kenny Small Hands Pickett is that dude.
Kenny Small Hands Pickett is that dude, huh?
If you guys, if you got nothing better to do, I want you guys to go and look up the first drive of that Steelers Bucks game.
First drive.
That's it. He pushed the ball. He ran with he moved. He got clutched first downs. People like the biggest surprise was like the wide receivers were playing for him. They weren't doing that with Mitch.
Yeah.
Like they were giving up on it. They were dropping balls. It just didn't work out. People are playing for Kenny Pickett and making plays, and he is so exciting to watch, man. So to answer your question, Kenny Pickett, basically, he was in the process of winning the game for the Steelers.
In the process.
And then he goes out, gets a concussion on a hit that was flagged for roughing the passer. Bounced his head off the turf, off the grass at Acrisure Stadium. Money Mitch Trubisky comes in and played better than he had all season.
Okay.
Came in on that last drive of the game, something like 3:40 left. You're up by like 3 or 4, right? All Steelers fans have PTSD. They know that Brady's going to take him down the field and win that game and break your heart. Didn't happen. Mitch Trubisky completed 3 straight third downs and 10 plus. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15, something like that. Man.
I think that's the perfect spot for Mitch is that
Backup
backup quarterback that comes in and wins you the game when you need to. I think that's the perfect spot. You put a bunch of pressure on him and he crumbles, but if it's meant to be his job. But if he comes in and they're not expecting him, he comes in and he can get the job done. And I think that's the perfect spot for Mitch.
We did. Steelers.
He came in and got the job done.
Yeah. Steelers defense played without their starting 3 cornerbacks, Minka, TJ, both out.
Yeah, that hurts.
And
Still
Cam
Man.
Hayward, wasn't he out?
nope, Cam
Oh, he
Hayward played
All
the whole
right.
game.
Good.
Great. And man, they shut down. Brady couldn't get anything going. Like they had virtually 0 pass game, virtually 0 run. Oh, Fournette did pretty good, but man, it was just the exact opposite of what you would expect from that game.
You see, Tua will be back Sunday versus the Steelers.
And if I'm right, I think Kenny Pickett's out, so I think we're probably getting another week of
I'm gonna
Mitch.
guess any more. If you get a concussion in that game, you're not playing the following week anymore.
Correct.
And they're taking that extra precaution anymore.
Yeah. So if that's what happens, I would hammer the Dolphins as hard. I know this isn't the over-under podcast, but man, if Trubisky starts that game, hammer the Dolphins.
Yeah.
If
No
Kenny,
faith in Mitch, huh?
titty kiss and Trubisky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say it, but then I'm like, you know what? I
Yeah.
don't know if this is kind of a podcast, but Zach, you went there.
Okay.
So.
Well,
The second time we've been there.
it's the second time we've been there.
I'm just-
the second time you brought it up.
It was a bad joke.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's what I'll say.
Okay.
If Kenny Pickett is the starting quarterback for the Steelers, dude, they can beat anybody. I am on the copium. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, man. Kenny Pickett is,
Anybody.
dude. Well, obviously not the Bills, but put him up against the AFC North team. Those games are always dog fights.
Okay.
I think he's playing like. If you look at the Steelers team,
Well, the next time the Steelers play the Browns,
Kenny
Browns
Pickett,
will have Deshaun Watson. You'll have Kenny Pickett. So,
I'd take Steelers.
all right.
We're gonna have to.
Gee.
We're gonna have to make that interesting.
We're gonna have to.
We're
make it
gonna
back.
have to make that one an
Definitely.
Are we
interesting.
putting up a
Make that
Steelers
interesting.
flag
We're
in the
gonna
whole
have to-
household?
I'm not betting. I'm not betting profile pictures or flags. I'm not swapping that out again.
No, but-
Something's going down though.
Well, it's easy to count the Steelers out, man, but they were a playoff team last year with the corpse of Big Ben. If you get an exciting quarterback in there, you get someone that
Now,
can run the ball.
You could also make the argument that Big Ben has been dragging corpses for the last 3 years with that offensive line that he's had to play in front of. Like, I mean, he has made guys look good around him.
That's true.
And he's done a really good job of that throughout his career. I would say last year was better than Ben has looked in years past. Probably the healthiest he's been in a few years, in a couple of years at least. But
That's tough
I
to
really
say.
feel like that offensive line that they put in front of him for the last couple of years of his career did him no favors.
No,
and it's
yeah, that
not
was,
doing it's not doing Mitch or Kenny any favors now. I mean, what is the deal with that? Are they going to invest in the offensive line this offseason? Do you think that's a thing that they do, or do you think they continue drafting wide receivers and running backs?
I don't know. So they did invest in their offensive line a little bit in free agency. They brought in Mason Cole. They brought in the right guard. What's his name? James Daniels. And they put some people out there that were rookies last year, so they're trying to get more experience. I understand it. They're serviceable when they're pass blocking. They absolutely cannot get any movement run blocking. It's kind of frustrating seeing that the Steelers are, they aren't investing in offensive line early in the draft. They haven't taken a offensive lineman in the first round since 2013, David DeCastro, I think.
Okay.
But also, is it frustrating? Yes. But look who they're drafting otherwise.
All right.
They are drafting very well in other areas. So you take the good with the bad,
Key
like
positions.
if you're not gonna draft an offensive lineman, if you're not gonna draft a Quentin Nelson, you better be drafting a TJ Watt, which is what they did.
But
So
one could also make the argument that Najee Harris is the next Trent Richardson.
let me say, well,
I don't know if anybody's that bad.
I don't know if anybody's that.
John Sherman uttered those words on Sunday right here in this studio.
Wow.
Yikes.
Coming from
Aaron Steyer also
Big
said
time
the same
Steelers
thing.
fan?
When
Wow.
they saw some stats that compared the two, they said, "Oh wow, oh that was eye opening."
So
Yeah.
here's the thing with Najee right now. Najee's hurt.
Okay,
His foot's messed up. His
I'll give you
back's
that.
messed up. He's not playing healthy, and it's hard to sit him because you spent a first round pick on him.
yeah,
And I think when he's not hurt, he is very talented. There's a reason
for
everybody took him in the first round of fantasy this year. He's a phenomenal talent. Right now, Jalen Warren is the backup running back and also playing better because he's not hurt. He's not running scared. And so, I'm not gonna make any doubts about Najee. I'm not gonna say anything about who he is as a player overall in his career. Right now, he's not playing well, and I think a lot of that comes to that foot injury.
okay, all right.
So you say that backup, he's not running scared, huh? So he's climbing those mountains?
He's climbing mountains.
He's climbing them.
He's not scared of mountains.
All right.
That's a Tomlinism.
All right, you mountain climbers.
He cut his
We're about
eyelids
done
off.
here.
He's out.
He's not blinking.
The mountain is the standard.
The mountain
Hey,
is the
on his
standard.
way up, did he bite some
Is
kneecaps?
it the ceiling is the roof?
No, not that.
No.
It's the roof. Tommy showed me that, and I was laughing so hard,
The
dude.
ceiling is the
The
roof.
ceiling is the roof.
Hey, it's a fine line between making wine and smashing grapes. Let me tell you, dude. Mike Tomlin. I saw you were on Reddit earlier. You should look up the subreddit Tomlinisms.
Oh, Tomlinisms, huh?
Mike Tomlin. Let's go through that.
Oh man.
Because
There's nothing I would rather do.
Mike Tomlin is the king of like media snippet. We're still squirreling those nuts. That's
He's
a
got a
favorite.
lot of good ones.
He's got the nameless gray faces. We all know how that worked out.
Yeah.
He's got the bronze is the bronze. That was Juju.
Yeah.
But you know,
And you were saying it like Pittsburgh Dad.
yeah. He didn't. The bronze is the bronze.
Pittsburgh Dad has some great ones,
Dude,
too.
I love Pittsburgh
What was
Dad.
That? Was it me and you watching that one last week where he said, "You might as well just fire up Tecmo and let the cat walk across the controller to call the plays." Lost it. That works in Cleveland as well. Oh, it's so sad.
Not much works in Cleveland.
At least we're not Detroit.
This is true.
I
Man,
love that video, too.
It's good.
That's old school.
so a buddy of mine, actually a couple of friends of mine, went up to both the Guardians game and the Browns game yesterday. And I hope they never go to another Browns game or Guardians game ever again, because don't bring that negative mojo with you. I don't know. Man, something happened yesterday. There was something in the water in Cleveland, because
It was Josh
could
Naylor
have been
rocking the
such
baby.
a great day.
Oh, man.
That could
Josh,
have been such a great day.
can we talk about that just
I love Josh
for
Naylor,
1
though.
second? What the hell was that dude on? He hits a home run. They're still losing. He's going around the bases, rocking the baby. He's passing
I had
second,
no idea what he was talking about either until they explained it, and I was just like,
passing third.
okay, you're
Like,
still
what
going,
are you
buddy.
doing?
Yeah,
And
it's
they're
like,
still losing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Garrett Cole's like, yeah, it was cute. Whatever.
fired
Like,
up,
okay.
They were losing.
We're just going to go out and
I'm
win the
like,
game.
I just don't get it.
Celebrating when you're losing is the worst thing ever, and I've had to deal with a lot of it over like Juju and Claypool, and like there was a lot of that.
What was it? Don't blink if you're a blinker. Cut your eyelids off.
Cut your eyelids off. That's a Tomlinism.
sound like a Matt Campbell.
When you have red paint, you paint the barn red.
Yeah, red paint, paint the barn red.
you
Swirling
go.
those nuts.
What does that even mean?
That means you make do.
Gotcha.
I'll be your Tomlin translator.
Well, I thought barns are typically red. Wouldn't you want the barn to be red? You're not making do with red paint.
We're still squirreling those nuts.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Tomlinisms. He's underappreciated, I feel like. There were so many people calling for his head after the game before when they got blown out by Buffalo. So many people calling for his head.
Even more people were upset after the Patriots game. That was where it was really like the Jets game.
Well, Patriots have a habit of making bad teams look really bad. Like that's I'm serious. Like
Yeah.
they do a really good job of just exploiting teams' weaknesses. And when you have a glaring weakness, they really magnify it.
So consistent too.
They're so good at it. And that's something that I've noticed over the years as a Browns fan. It's just like, it's so hard to watch Patriots games. That's why yesterday, as soon as the game started, it was not even 10 minutes into the game. And I'm like, all right, I know where this is going. I know where this is going. I don't want to be upset. I'm not going to sit here and scream at the TV all day. So I decided, I said, hey, Greg, what's going on with youth football today? Oh, they got a game, 2:00. I'll be there.
So you came down there to be upset and scream.
Hey, you know what? I wasn't that upset.
No.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad.
I tell you, man.
I was upset. Watching the Eagles get blown out. I got a little upset, but I wasn't that upset.
I mean,
You and your partner Tommy Hall.
your business partner.
Business partner.
business partner.
It was
The Grinch.
an inside joke.
Speaking of
Whoever is involved in the politics of youth football.
speaking of Tommy Hall, it kind of makes me laugh that we're talking about these Tomlinisms, because Tommy always says that when I steal things from him, I'm taking his Tommyisms,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no.
He does have a lot of Tommy.
Those are Greg Losophies, okay?
Greg Loss.
But I mean, back to the youth football thing. I mean, honestly, you just gotta give credit to the Chiefs this year. They were the most dominant team in the league this year,
yeah.
no doubt, no doubt at all.
The youth football Chiefs.
Yeah,
They were the best team in the league.
yeah, a well-deserved championship this year by them.
For sure. And it was, honestly, it was one of those, I saw that from the beginning of the year. Greg, in practice, when you're watching those teams practice. Now, obviously, you're not able to watch all the teams practice, but when I was down there at the beginning of the year,
No, you get in trouble for that.
I was in a different role this year, so I got a chance to actually see each of these different teams practice, and it was pretty obvious from the beginning of the year. They were the best team. They were playing with the best players, and they had a really good coaching staff.
Oh yeah,
Really good coaching staff. So hats off to the Chiefs, Tiffin Youth Football champions this year. But yeah, I knew watching that game 10 minutes in, I was like, I know where this is going. There's no reason for me to watch this game.
yeah. So when I got done with our games, I seen messages from Tommy, people on Facebook, basically just like talking. The Browns, why are they just so terrible? Why is it coaching? Blah 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 blah. And I honestly thought the game was over. So I didn't really pay attention to the time. I go to turn it on the TV, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, this game ain't over yet. I think it was like a 10-point game or something. I don't remember what the score was.
24-15?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. 24-15 when I turned it on, and like I was like, they still got a chance, man. It's gonna take a miracle, but they got a chance here. And then there was, what was it, the muffed punt
Oh, yeah.
right after that.
Yep.
Turned
right
it
off
right
the
over.
chest of Chester Rogers.
And then what was the next thing that happened? It was a turnover of some sort. I don't remember what happened, but I was so disgusted I can't even remember right
Don't
now.
ask me. I turned it off.
Right after that, they basically just gave up a touchdown with no resistance.
Yeah,
They were just like,
I
hey, go
felt-
ahead.
I think they
You can have
fumbled the
that.
ball or something at some point too, and like gave them another great field position there, and they just came down and scored again.
No, he threw another pick.
Oh, is that? Yeah, it was an interception. That's what it was.
Yep.
I knew there was some turnover after the fumbled punt. It was terrible to watch the end of that game. I should have never turned it on.
Yeah. Eric, can we just agree that this is not a good team?
I can agree.
You shut your mouth, right?
I don't want to. The players, they have good players. I don't think it's a well-coached team. I think the defensive coach needs
I
to
think
go
you're right.
yesterday.
That's
And
not, but they're not going to do anything.
Stefanski needs to give up play calling. He's never
but that's
going
not
to.
going to happen.
And he's
those
not.
two
And he's not
things-
going to fire the defensive coordinator.
Those two things are
to
not
answer
gonna
your
happen.
question. Yes, I agree that they are a bad team.
If we're going on paper, I think the Browns on paper are the second best team in the AFC North. I think behind the Ravens. In terms, I mean,
What does
I think
paper get you?
exactly. I think they also have the worst coaching staff and ownership in the AFC North.
Now, Nate, let me ask you this: if we were to change the defensive coach, and things changed, and it took a little bit of the pressure off the offense to try to either come back or match scores or whatever, do you think that would change Stefanski's play calling style? Do you think it would be for the better, or do you think he would still do what he does?
I think what he does would work.
Oh, I think honestly,
Would he still try to be outsmarting everybody, or would he be a little bit more relaxed and traditional without having to always worry about the defense?
Well, that's why you brought him in
I
as
don't
a
think
head
he
coach.
worries about the defense at all. I think that's why they brought in Joe Woods. I think that's why they brought in the defensive coaching staff that they did, because I don't think he worries about the defense at all. He's the offensive play caller.
Right.
I think he's more concerned about the offense and the game plan. And
I guess what I'm alluding
scripting
to there
plays.
is that your offensive game plan changes completely if your defense can't keep points off the board.
I just don't think that that's going to make that big of a difference. I think
You think
I
he is
understand
who
what
he
you're
is?
saying.
Yeah.
But I don't think changing the defensive coaching staff is going to make as big of a difference as people think. I think the bigger difference needs to be made by Stefanski needs to give up play calling. He needs to just focus on being an executive, be the head coach, be the guy in charge, make decisions that need to be made when they need to be made. Don't shove your face in the damn play sheet all game. That's the biggest problem I have with Stefanski is he's not a leader and he's not he's a head coach. He's an executive. He's the guy that he can make decisions, but he's not a leader in the sense that he's not going to get your guys rallied. He's not going to, he's not going to rah-rah anybody. He's not going to get guys pumped up or excited or anything. But the thing that he does well is he makes decisions. And that's supposed to be the reason why they hired him. He's an analytics guy, and he makes the right decision at the right time. He's supposed to anyways. We haven't seen that because he's so worried about the offensive game plan. He makes a lot of boneheaded play calls because, like you said, Greg, I think he's so worried about the defense not being able to stop anybody that it has affected his play calling. And if that's the case, he needs to give up play calling duties. Because I don't give a shit. If you're an offensive coach, you need to be focused on the offense and just get the best out of your offense and not worry about getting, whether the defense is going to give up a big play the next time they come. Just go out there and coach your guys and get the most out of them. And we're not seeing that with this team right now, especially on the offensive side of the ball. You've got the number one leading rusher in the NFL, and he comes off the field. Your most special player on the entire team comes off the field in the most crucial situations. That, to me, is that's just you're being a bonehead when it comes to play calling.
Yeah, I would just
not a bonehead.
I would love to just hear the reasoning. Like, I mean, just for one time, Stefanski, tell me why Chubb is always on the
Well,
sideline.
it's rotations.
He's not going to
It's
tell
always
you anything.
It's always that
never
was
tells you anything.
that was Kareem's time in the rotation. We want to keep guys fresh, and that was a designed rotation.
I'll take the blame for this one for not having my rotations ready, guys.
We got to fix it. We got to get better.
You're talking about him being the guy that was brought in because he's a decision maker. Well, he needs to make the biggest decision, like you said, and step away from calling the plays.
He won't do that though,
and decide who needs to be doing that. Like,
because he's always in
that stuff.
He's always in a measuring contest with the other coach. I swear, and that's why he'll never give up play calling duties because he's too obsessed with being the smartest guy in the room.
So we talked about this last week, but you brought it up again, and it feels like we're just kind of spinning our wheels talking about the Browns, but they don't have a leader.
Nope.
No one,
There's
no
not
one's
one.
vocal. No one's like.
Nate, what did I say to you guys in a text message during the Browns game? I said, I hope that Watson comes in and is the quarterback that he's supposed to be. I looked at Josh Allen during that game, and I was just like, that's what I want. That guy commands his offense. He is an absolute leader out there on the field.
Well, that's not Deshaun Watson though.
Deshaun did
is
that
also,
at Clemson, but he has not done that in the NFL.
You don't know Deshaun Watson anyway, Zach. You don't
He
know
has
who
not
he
done
is.
that in the NFL.
You don't know him like I do.
You don't know.
I'm not gonna say it. All right. So
I was gonna go somewhere too, and I'm like, no.
I was like,
we're not gonna go
away from the
there.
massage table.
You just leave my man's alone, all right?
Well, here, no. In Houston, he was not that vocal leader. He wasn't that vocal guy. In Houston, he was also a lead by example. That's what it seemed like. Now I'm not a big Texans fan, so
Well, if he was lead by example, I wonder how many other Houston Texans they need to be investigating then.
You shut up.
you know what you need?
All right.
No, you know what you need, Nate, in Cleveland? You need a leader like Tom Brady. You go to a wedding, play some golf, get one day of practice in, and start yelling at your offensive line. That's what you need. That's a leader.
Honestly, Tommy made a really good point in our group chat this past week, Greg. There's a guy out there who's available, and I just say at the end of the year, if you don't have if you feel like this coaching staff does not have, and I feel like right now,
Urban Meyer.
Nope. No.
Fit right in here.
No. I feel like, with the way this team is playing, they're showing you that they don't really trust their coaching staff right now. And if that continues, if that pattern continues throughout the season, it might be time to make a change. And if that presents itself at the end of the year, you have what some might consider a Super Bowl contending roster. Some, not all. Some. Like, at least a playoff contending roster, okay? You have a contending roster. Would that not be an attractive job to Sean Payton?
Sean Payton. He's done.
I don't know, man.
Nah, he's not done.
No.
He's not done.
He's probably got all that money from that movie that they made about him or whatever.
He's already turned around one wreck.
You're saying Sean Payton still got a couple more mountains to climb.
I think he's got a couple more mountains to climb.
What bigger mountain is there than the Cleveland Browns?
I'll tell you, man, if he came to Cleveland and won a Super Bowl, they'd build him a mountain-sized statue.
For real, dude.
Jeez.
Isn't he pretty much lined up to go to Dallas next year?
No, McCarthy's going to win himself into keeping that job.
Pittsburgh Mike?
Are they going to fire Mike McCarthy if he goes 13-4 and then goes to
No.
the division? No, they're not going to fire him.
No.
No, and the Cowboys are not going to lose very many games this year. Once Dak comes back, once they get that offense rolling,
Dak might not have to come back with Cooper Rush playing as well as he does.
He threw 3 picks last night against Philly.
You know, it was Philadelphia.
Wasn't that his first interceptions of the
First
season,
loss.
though?
First loss as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, I thought they said something last night about him not having
Yes, first
hardly
win
any
was like 3
interceptions,
weeks
or
ago.
if that was the first one or something. Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's done a great job for the Cowboys. But
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
The Eagles the Eagles are unreal this year. So
Seriously.
Best team in the NFL.
6-0, man.
It's that defense, man. That defense is really, like, they set the tone for that team.
I don't think they're the best team in the NFL, but I think they're second. You know who I think is first, though?
Bills.
It's Buffalo.
I think that they're very smart.
Da Bills.
Stop, Bills.
They kept noting last night during that game how the Eagles' game plan was to limit that Dallas defense with the studs on the
Lewis
defense.
Hamilton is knighted?
That basically weren't even blocking.
Sir Lewis Hamilton?
Like, what's the
Started watching football.
stud defender on the Cowboys' name? I can't think of what his name.
Micah
Parsons?
Parsons?
Yeah, Parsons. Okay, so like, yeah,
Diggs?
they were noting basically that they weren't even blocking
DeMarcus
Parsons
DeMarcus.
most of that game. They were making him make the read.
Yeah.
If they were going to hand it off or keep it, and like that's how they kept him at bay and kept him from being really impactful in that game. And it's a smart game plan, man.
Well, and that's the kind of offense they run with Jalen Hurts. It keeps defenses guessing because they have to respect the quarterback keeping it. They have to respect the quarterback throwing it, and they have to respect the quarterback handing it off.
Yeah, I always thought that the option game was like terrifying to defend, man.
Well, and with a guy like Jalen Hurts or a guy like Lamar Jackson, if you get a guy that can execute that
can
at
make
the
the reads.
highest level, can make the right reads, and can deliver the ball accurately, I mean, that is a dangerous combination. At the NFL level, there's not many teams running that kind of offense.
No,
so
not really.
You don't get a chance to game plan for it you can't run a scout team defense or a scout team offense like the Ravens run. You can't run a scout team offense like, you can't do certain things when you're preparing for these teams.
You can't imitate certain players either.
Exactly.
Like Lamar
and Jalen Hurts he's becoming one of those players that's just kind of he's kind of a joystick,
Yeah.
He was fun to watch.
Yeah.
He took a bigger leap this year than I think anybody was expecting him to do so.
Sure.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I
like-
doubted him. I did.
Yeah,
I did
doubted
too.
him coming in.
I thought he was.
a year.
In my mind, now this might not be true, just accurately, coming into the season, him and Justin Fields were on the same level. Like,
Okay.
in my mind,
All right.
I saw them as very similar quarterbacks. Now, man, he is playing like a top 3 quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point. Guys, we've exhausted a lot of different topics tonight. We could talk about a lot of different things. Next week, no, not next week, because the week after that
What?
is the Halloween
Oh, boo.
Pulse podcast that we're going to be doing.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks.
Am I going to be there for that?
I hope so, because we're going to be watching
Why
the
you
Browns versus
asking us?
Bengals live.
I'll wear my TJ Watt jersey,
We'll
so
be
I
watching
don't feel out of place.
Browns Bengals live, and we're going to do a special Halloween candy blindfold taste test as we're going to lay out different kinds of candy. And we're going to have you guys guess to see what kind of candy you're eating.
Should I wear?
Are we gonna dress up, man?
Of course, we have to.
I'm about to say, should I wear my TJ Watt jersey or should I wear my Halloween costume?
Eric, are you going to dress up as Beetlejuice?
I might
Browns
have to bust the
Beetlejuice?
Browns Beetlejuice. I mean, if we're watching the Browns game, I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna have to bust out the Browns costume.
Beetle
So,
Browns.
the old Beetle Browns. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of makeup.
It is.
Nate, what's your costume?
Christy's still watching.
My
Bust the
costume?
makeup out.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Usually I don't.
If you're on this podcast on Halloween, you are required to wear a costume.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm going to have to figure something out.
Okay.
Because usually I'm not much of a costume guy, but I will find something.
Yeah, I've got a
will
bunch of
wear.
extra ones. I can hook you up.
I don't know if they'll fit, but, we'll figure something out. Greggy, what are you going to dress up as?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'll
me
figure
neither.
something out.
We'll figure it out. We got
I've
2 weeks.
I've got all kinds.
2 weeks to figure it out.
I've got all kinds of wacky masks and things like that around laying around.
Hey,
So.
they don't
If
call
you
him
got
Wacky
any
Mask Kid
ideas-
for nothing.
That's right. They sure don't.
Any ideas? Chime in the comments. Let us know. What do you want to see us dress up as?
No, I got my costume picked out already.
Nothing ridiculous, but obviously,
Well.
I'm game.
So
I know.
don't dress up as a Browns playoff victory. Be ridiculous
What would that be?
versus the Steelers
Empty
probably.
chair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it for us tonight. We had a great burger blindfold taste test here, as we all four of us got three of the five right. 3 out of 5 right, as far as we guessed which burger was from where.
3 people said MST was their favorite.
That's right. 3 MST favorites, 1 Benchwarmers favorite. Of course, we love to hear that because they're all sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All of them were good.
That's right. All
That was
good
all blind.
food. And
Blind.
Telling you what, man, I know food.
So
I'm just
yeah, you
good.
do
I'm
know
impressed
food,
with
Zach.
all of us. That was
Yes.
impressive.
Nate,
That was impressive.
When do I get that? When do I get that check for promoting them as my favorite? I mean, wait.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
wait.
You were supposed to wait until the end of the
I
broadcast.
thought we were off
here,
there.
Greg.
Oh,
no,
man, I'm sorry.
We're not done yet. I got to get sign off here yet.
He's gonna dip into those MST
Jeez.
player of the game gift cards.
Next week though, we do got to do something food related. What are we thinking here? We did burgers this week.
Someone did ask in the comments earlier what was going to be our next food thing.
I think we need to think about that.
Pizza?
What do you think?
We've been talking about.
If we do something next, I think we should do a national
I agree.
chain.
I agree.
If we do pizza,
Chicken sandwich taste
we
test.
could do Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Little Caesars.
It would be kind of fun to try to guess which pizza is where,
and then
from
try to
where.
guess which one's from where.
I think I nailed that one.
Marco's.
Like, I
and
feel like-
Marco's.
I
Marco's
feel like-
is a
Marcos.
chain.
What else we got?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a little bit
what
easier
other
than
chain
the
I feel like
burgers.
there's one more.
Papa John's. Is it?
Do we have
there's
Papa John's anymore?
No, Domino's,
Little
Little
Caesars.
Caesars, Marco's,
Yeah, Pizza Hut 4.
That's
Pizza
it.
Hut.
It's a good number.
I think that's it for,
Do you think
for
East,
chain pizza
think
places.
East Chicago delivered from Finley?
I
I love me
miss
some East Chicago, man.
Have you ever ate at East Chicago Pizza?
I have not.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't
Very
since-
delicious
I don't
pizza.
think I've had it since it was in the mall.
Very
Probably
good
before
pizza.
Zach was born.
Mall pizza.
Very good pizza.
It's not
yes.
mall
Peanut butter
pizza. It
and
was just
jelly.
in the mall.
It's not mall pizza.
Do you like Zach? Do you like taco pizzas?
I don't get that adventurous with my pizzas.
I was gonna say because that was one of the big hits that East Chicago always had.
yeah,
People
yeah.
I
love
am
peanut
a,
butter
uh,
and jelly. Do you remember peanut butter and
dude,
jelly?
I
like
Oh, their
butter and
PB&J pizza was
So
so
good.
bomb.
I mean, as a dessert pizza, sure.
Oh, it was
I mean,
delicious.
Sure.
Delicious.
I'm a pepperoni and ham man on my pizza.
Pepperoni and ham.
Pepperoni and ham.
All right.
Mushroom and throw some banana peppers on anything.
I'll eat mushrooms.
Mushrooms and banana peppers.
No.
Okay.
No banana
Greggy, what
peppers.
do you pizza topping guy?
Oh, I'm just about the meats, man.
You're about to say he's a meat boy.
Meat
yeah.
guy.
They don't
Meats?
call him. They don't call him Eat Meat Kin for nothing.
You know they don't call me a lot of things, Zach.
I like bacon,
Yum.
banana peppers, and pineapple
Not yet.
together. All 3 of those.
I mean, pineapple. There's a place for pineapple.
Try to
pizza.
beat
he
pineapple.
tried to bleep me out
I was
when
like,
I
I
said
don't.
pineapple.
I was like, I don't know what the third thing
mi-
he's gonna say.
Hold on, hold on.
Text right there.
He missed it when Nate was like, "Ah, it was a shitty football team." But pineapple, get out of here.
He knew it was coming. His fingers on it.
No, we're not doing that.
We do not say pine around here.
Wait, Greg, we don't say pineapple. Oh no,
Fantastic.
I'm just kidding. I actually love pineapple. So.
pineapple pizza. I mean, it. I don't
Take
think
it or
it's-
leave it.
I
Yeah.
love grilled pineapple.
I don't hate it, but
Yeah, I'm never.
Grilled pineapple
I won't
is
pick it.
delicious.
Yeah, exactly.
but
I'm
if
not
you
gonna-
hand it to me, I'll eat it.
No, like
Yeah?
yeah, exactly. Like my girlfriend ordered a Hawaiian pizza, and I was like,
They're not bad.
"No, it's not bad. It's just like, why would you ever order it?" if it's
Like someone purposefully
No, I
ordered
wouldn't.
this?
I wouldn't order
Wait,
it.
this was
Really?
this wasn't a mess up.
no,
But you
I
order a
guess,
bunch
like,
of pizzas and there's a
you're at,
pineapple
like-
slice left.
I don't
I'll
know.
take it.
If you're at like your nephew's birthday party and there's a pineapple pizza, okay, pineapple and ham on pizza, I'll have it at my nephew's birthday. But if you're an adult and you're gonna order a pizza with pineapple,
Nate, you
what's wrong with you?
child.
Like exactly, like I mean, you know, I don't think you're wrong. I just think that maybe
See, I think people that think like you, Zach, that think inside of boxes and like pizza has to have these toppings on it, and it cannot have anything outside of this box of toppings.
I
I
think
adventurous with my pizzas. Otherwise, it's not pizza.
no.
See, if not for adventurous people like myself, we wouldn't have all these new
is pineapple
flavor
on
combinations
pizza
that
as
people
well?
come up with.
It's sweet.
Everybody, well,
We do have a
you're
comment.
gonna-
We have a comment.
There's the raccoon back.
Ralph is going crazy right now.
Two on the nose. No. You're trying to put words in my pizza loving mouth. I don't think that it's like, oh, it's not pizza if you get it with pineapple. Like I'm not like that. I'm not gonna be like, hey, don't eat it. Hey, it's ungodly. That's not what I'm saying.
No, he'll just call you a child.
You're just a child if you order it with pineapple. I mean,
exactly. It's like
petulant child.
You might also enjoy.
adult.
You might also enjoy Paw Patrol and Legos. But
What's wrong with that?
I still love Legos. I'm almost 40. Stop.
if that's what you want to do, go for it. Just don't invite me to Chuck E. Cheese.
You might be
for your
right.
birthday.
Don't
Might
just,
be onto this theory.
just don't invite me over to eat pineapple pizza and play with Legos because I'm
It
not.
sounds like we need to take this show on the road to like a Dave and Buster's or something.
A Chuck E. Cheese.
A Chuck E. Cheese?
No.
Oh.
It's gonna be.
I'll get stuck.
Yes.
in the
We'll get kicked out of
Please.
the
They are not gonna let you guys in the Chuck E. Cheese.
kicked out of a Chuck E. Cheese so fast.
Hey, I'll take my kid. I have a kid.
Too. It's just here. Go play on it.
Yeah.
I have a kid. See, I'm allowed.
I'm with this guy and his kid.
You have to let me in. I have a kid.
Isn't there like
I have a child. I have a child. Let me in. No, I have a child. I have a child.
Wait, what is this? The Titanic?
Yeah, we about ended this. Now we are off the
Let
rails.
me in. I have a child.
You're like on the street. Hey kid, you want to come to Chuck E. Cheese with me? I need to get in.
Oh
You,
man.
you kids interested in being on a podcast?
Just get in this unmarked van. We'll be there shortly.
I got prizes in this van, kids. Prizes. Redeem your tickets
As
right
many
over here.
Tickets as your heart desires.
Oh, how did this happen? How did we get here?
And just like that, we're all going to hell. Not me.
Not you, Greg.
I've been
No.
arguing against the pizza.
I'm being Zach right now. I was looking at his face on the screen. Not me. I don't know why you would say that about me. I'm not going to HE double hockey sticks.
I love the voice.
Not me. Hey, Greg, I don't know what you're talking about. All right? It's not me that's gonna go to hell. All right? It's you guys who are saying this. All right?
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, he doesn't eat pineapple on his pizza and go to Chuck E. Cheese.
That's right. And watch Paw Patrol.
He will be fine.
Bunch of sinners around here.
A man is stuck in the Lego City River.
Oh, it's just one more mountain we got to climb.
Oh, man. Done with that.
Climbing them mountains on the Pulse podcast.
God.
All right. Well, that brings it full circle. I think we can close now. I think we're done here.
Let's please.
I think we're done here. All right. Let's wrap it up here. For Eric Hall, for Zach Dillon, for Greg Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins signing off. You've been watching the Pulse podcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Please make sure you share the video, folks. I'm telling you. Look at him. Look at him. Way over top of me here. Wreck-It Ralph. Come on now. Come on. Make sure you share the video. Like, follow, subscribe on all of our platforms. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Goodbye.
I'm Zach.